Welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to take a trip down memory lane and explore vintage photos from the first Tour de France, which was held back in 1903. These photos are not only a fascinating look at the history of the race, but they also give us a glimpse into the world of cycling over 100 years ago. From the vintage bicycles to the rider's attire, it's amazing to see how much has changed since then. A publicity stunt dreamed up by newspaper men, the first Tour de France saw a ragtag bunch of cyclists waved off from outside a bar on the outskirts of Paris in 1903. Rapidly the Tour expanded into a race with legendary champions, a set of iconic leaders' jerseys, and a wanderlust that took the race into the farthest corners of France. Henry Desgrange, the editor of El Auto, ancestor to today's L'Equipe, was desperate to find a way to win a circulation war with competing sports newspaper Le Vélo. The Tour de France was suggested to Desgrange as a sales promotion. It was to have been a 5-week race, from 1 June to 5 July, with an entry fee of 20 francs. These conditions attracted very few cyclists. 1 week before the race was due to start, only 15 competitors had signed up. Desgrange then rescheduled the race from 1 to 19 July, increased the total prize money to 20,000 francs, reduced the entry fee to 10 francs, and guaranteed at least 5 francs a day to the first 50 cyclists in the classification. After that, 79 cyclists signed up for the race, of whom 60 actually started the race. The 1903 Tour de France was run in 6 stages. Compared to modern stage races, the stages were extraordinarily long, with an average distance of over 400 kilometers (250 miles). Cyclists had 1 to 3 rest days between each stage, and the route was largely flat, with only one stage featuring a significant mountain. The cyclists were not grouped in teams but raced as individuals in 1903. It was normal for a professional cyclist to hire pacers, who would lead them during the race. Desgrange forbade this. It was originally intended that in the final, longest, stage pacers would be allowed, but this was rescinded after the 5th stage. To ensure that the cyclists rode the entire route, stewards were stationed at various points around the course. The yellow jersey for the leader in the general classification had not yet been introduced, but the leader was identified by a green armband. 60 cyclists, all professionals or semi-professionals, started the race, of whom 49 were French, 4 Belgian, 4 Swiss, 2 German, and 1 Italian. 21 of them were sponsored by bicycle manufacturers, while 39 entered without commercial support. The pre-race favorite, Maurice Garin, won the first stage and retained the lead throughout. He also won the last 2 stages and had a margin of almost 3 hours over the next cyclist. After celebrating with champagne, the riders cycled to Parc des Princes, where they made several laps of honor before an adoring crowd, to the sound of a bugle. The circulation of El Auto increased significantly due to this event. A special edition of 130,000 copies was made after the race was over, and normal circulation increased from 25,000 to 65,000. The big success made sure that the Tour de France was scheduled again for 1904. The cyclists had also become national heroes. Garin would also win the next year's race only to then be disqualified along with 8 other riders for cheating, including the illegal use of cars and trains. Subscribe to the channel and rate the video in the comments, as well as other interesting videos I have on my channel.